Nova Publishing right here in Frankfort, Kentucky. Been a little while since we've been live. After the con, everything was cool, and then a week after that, I got the flu and I was down for a while. But I'm back, and we're just going to have a short little stream tonight. We're going to talk about a few things. A few things I'm excited about, a few things I hope that you're excited about. And a couple of things too about my whole aspirations to start streaming. Every time I start streaming, it seems like something comes up and kicks me. And that's fine, because it's one of those things where you realize it really is important. Not so much how many times you get knocked down, but how many times you get back up again. So I'll keep working on it. I have still not yet set up my second monitor. I'm looking forward to getting that done, hopefully next weekend, with the plan being that when that goes, I can do some screen shares a little easier and still be able to interact with chat and whatnot. Speaking of chat, let's make sure we show that. Cool. What we got right now is the demo chat. That's okay. Why don't we kill that until we have some actual chatters? That makes sense. All right. There we go. Cool deal. Okay. There we go. Now we don't have the demo streaming in there, making it look like something's going on when it isn't. Oh, so what's going on with us? Well, we are, after having most of 2025 completely off due to a variety of family calamities, most notably the deaths of 3 very dear family members. Spread out throughout the year, including my dad and my stepdad. Back on track. I have all the material in for Art by Humans, our first art magazine, which I will get to, but I'm having to move it back. We've got some comics that we have to get out first. We have Reign of Ages issue 4. The final art pages have been turned in by Nick Capone, and we are going to be finish putting those together probably tonight. And my plan is to order some demo copies of the raw unlettered pages, so I can test the print quality, because it's been a minute since we printed a comic, and then get that all taken care of and ready to do the Kickstarter launch. I have quote requests in from 2 different pen suppliers for my pen project for my daughter. Looking forward to that. And then got some RPG stuff written, which is nice. In other news, I have actually been hired to write a manga for an American manga studio. Contract's forthcoming, so we won't do announcements beyond that yet, but really looking forward to getting to work on that. And then Paul Walcott and I have had a conversation, a few actually, but Paul is going to be taking over the art portion of Reign of Ages, beginning with issue 6. Nick is going to be focusing on his publishing company, and is turning over the remaining interest of Reign of Ages to me. He will, of course, continue to receive his royalties on the works that he's created, and then, of course, always receiving credit as a co-creator of the series. So really love the fact that I get to work with him on the regular, not just in Reign, but other projects as well. So really looking forward to that. Now, I have a lot going on. Um, Freaking hell of a lot going on, really. And the last couple of weeks, I have taken some time to just decompress and play some video games and read books and just kind of catch my breath a little bit, just kind of chill. Pardon me. Sorry about the yawn. That's one of the reasons we probably won't stream too long today. Um, so I'm a little beat. And work first thing in the morning. Gotta love it. Now, I love how the gray is showing so much in my hair these days. I tell you what, not just in the beard anymore. I was actually looking at some photos because we had some images in the work files for different thumbnails from when I had done different interviews and conversations. And so I see the age progression year by year, image by image, as my face got a little thinner and the uh, gray in my beard became a little more pronounced, from short hair to long hair to really long hair to short hair to long hair to the stuff I'm wearing right now where I've got it all tied up so it won't fall into my face. It's been a long road, but it's been a good one. One of the things that's been on my mind a lot lately is the future. I founded Sinopa Publishing to build something I could leave for my kids, right? And so one of the things about me as a lifelong member of the working poor, I don't own a home. I still rent, which is probably not shocking to some of you and probably really shocking to others. But in my 50s now, I really do see a need to buy a home, but I think I'm going to do it a little differently. I think I am going to have Sinopa buy the house, and then me, paying rent to the company to cover the mortgage on it. I think that's how we're going to do it. And the thought behind that is when the day comes and I pass, then there won't be an issue in probate court with the property tied up under my name. It'll be in the company name, and we can just resolve that with the company being under the trust for the kids. So at the end of the day, while I take great joy in writing comics and making role-playing games, and that part of it is for me to get my expressions out, on the business side of things, it really is to build something that will have some value to leave behind to my children. So if you have any thoughts about that, any suggestions, any criticisms, whatever, make sure you comment. We're looking for the interaction. Unashamedly, unabashedly looking for the interaction, because we do want to take and see more people enjoying the stream. Since it's been a couple of weeks since we streamed last, I didn't have a chance to really formulate what hard topic I wanted for tonight. So we're kind of just talking personal stuff. I have I've heard from a friend of mine here recently who wrote a fantasy novel, and he wants me to publish that for him. So I'm going to he's doing some revisions right now, and then in May he'll file his copyright and send me the copy. I'm going to read it, see if it's something I think I can help him with, and if I can help him, I will help him, and if I can't help him, I'll still help him the best I can. So if I can publish it for him, groovy, and if not, then I will help him with the self-publishing aspect. Now, he's self-published a technical book before on project management in the tech sector, which I have not read. But it has garnered some sales. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty good to see that he's had some success with it. Um, Beyond that, I thought that we might take a moment and take a page out of uh, a lot of other streamers, crumble it up and throw it out the window. I don't want to take and get on and do drama analysis and stuff. That's not my bag, not my thing. I keep my drama close to hand. Oh, drama stuff, though. I made a post earlier today. I ran out of coffee and opened Twitter/X, and the first thing I had was some idiot saying dumb stuff. Oh, which is not to be unexpected on any social media platform. But I started typing a response to it, and it was something along the lines of blah, blah, blah. It must be painful to be this stupid, blah, blah, blah. And then before I sent it, I realized, you know what? I make a point of not getting involved with stuff like this. I'm just uncaffeinated, I'm cranky, and I'm going to wipe this out. So thankfully, I didn't do something dumb. It's something I criticize other people for a lot and argue on social media. Um, but I have to admit, I almost did. There was temptation there because it was just so phenomenally stupid. Just so phenomenally stupid. Dumb shit abounds, I tell you. But in the coming weeks, as we get back into a regular habit of getting streams out, I want to take and start picking more and more topics. Now, I have a couple of streams I'm going to be appearing on, both for crowdfunding promotion, for promoting some of my coming projects, as well as to speak with some folks. My friend Larry and a couple of my other friends on their channels have all invited me over to different Q&A sessions with different people that they're interviewing. I'm looking forward to that. I had an invite actually a couple of invites when I was at the Lexington Toy and Comic Festival this year from some YouTubers who are local here. I'm looking forward to seeing them and having some cool conversations with them. And then really moving forward in a lot of ways with trying to get back into making the live streams, getting back to putting videos up on the YouTube channel, that kind of thing. So hoping that we will make some more progress. Right now, I'm currently only streaming to X and YouTube. X because it's where I get the most interaction. It's where I do most of my social media stuff for Sinopo. And because Facebook/Twitter, aka Meta, whatever, when I post stuff on there, it kind of just disappears into the void. We'll do some stuff there, obviously, with the coming Kickstarter campaigns and our con appearances and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm just doing little interactions with friends and family, communication with some of the artists there, and that's about that. But if you are on other platforms, feel free to tag me personally or the company. I'll probably see you quicker if you tag the company, to be perfectly honest. And of course, I'm always interested in what people are doing with their tabletop role-playing games, with their board game designs, with their comic book creations, with their novels and novellas. I am a nerdy dude. It's just the truth of the matter. I'm a nerdy dude. And I like what I do. I like writing comics. I like writing and designing role-playing game adventures and source books. I like working with artists to create cool stuff. And I like going to conventions. I like interacting with people and introducing them to the stuff we've made and getting feedback from them on how we've done. The weird thing is that I would have thought, like 10 years ago, I would have thought that you wouldn't have seen me on any of these platforms. But um, little by little, I became more comfortable with it. Now, I have, I guess, in a way, kind of by default as to what I'm interacting with, I guess I've kind of curated my Twitter/X feed a bit. And I just completely went to the wrong tab. There we go. Let's see if I can share this screen. So yeah, the Sinopa Twitter feed. So Sam Johnson, creator of Geek Girl, and Cabrasini. I don't know if that's exactly how that's pronounced. Definitely check that out. Sam's real good about his fulfillment. Repost him a bit. And then some folks that you'll see. This thing on this shotgun, it's neat, but I wouldn't want to use it in a self-defense situation. A lot of people have commented the same thing. You know, it's a good way to pinch your finger, your trigger finger, and there's not a real comforting thought about taking your finger off the trigger if you have to be in a live fire situation. But chibi reviews. This dude's YouTube channel is pretty fun. I enjoy a lot of his commentary on that. But yeah, man, I mean, I get to see a lot of the same people because, of course, I interact with them. And Corpse Kings. Now, he had made a comment that they're going to be switching over to human created art when they get ready for their I guess their full release or something. There's some key event they'll be doing it, but I think it'd be good to see them start hiring artists to make that stuff happen. But yeah, a lot of stuff about movies, and there's Chibi again. You'll see a lot of stuff here. I see there's a common theme: guns, anime, guns, anime. Guns and fantasy. There you go, man. I am not going to click on that because that's going to take and probably do something weird. One of the deadliest men in the world. Now, that's creepy. But yeah, my feed is generally, as you see, not so much conflict and politics and stuff like that as is just nerddom, right? And guns. And yeah, a lot of guns. But you know, what are you gonna say? A lot of guns. Transformer stuff. No telling what some of this stuff is because all the time the feed does usually give you some good stuff, but man, sometimes you get some weird crap. All right, enough of that. But yeah, so I've been real fortunate with the social media that I don't usually get a lot of the drama posts or stuff like that. The bad part about that is that the social media algorithms tend to reward conflict. They tend to reward the sensationalism, right? But I like to keep my energy on the page usually as far as with regard to the social media. I like to carry my words and tell my stories and bring some joy and some entertainment to folks. Um, maybe I would be more successful if I had been a little more dramatic. But I've argued for years that it doesn't do any good for you, and you see people come and go so quickly with drama nonsense. Um, there were years when comic creators argued back and forth over so much nonsensical stuff for so long that they had, and I'm speaking primarily indie folks here right now, um, like myself, that they would basically uh, be spending so much time on Twitter and Facebook and everyone else arguing online, and then you turn around and their comics are late to their Kickstarter backers, late to their Indiegogo backers. Like, what the hell, folks? Get off social media and get your shit done. But that's just me. But yeah, tonight, real short ramble, little nonsensical stream to shake the dust off a little bit. I want to thank all of you who have been supporting us here over these years. We're looking forward to getting new books out this year, and there should be a whole slew of them. So I hope you'll enjoy them. But yeah, and thanks also for all the kind wishes last year, particularly after my stepdad died, and then after my cousin died, and then after my dad died. I got a lot of great DMs, both here on X and YouTube, and well, not DMs on YouTube, but comments and such on YouTube, and then messages on Facebook, and a lot of emails and stuff like that. And messages through Kickstarter messaging feature as well. That was nice. So thank you all for reaching out and for really, really making me feel like I was not alone. Because there for a little while there were some moments where I really felt the loss, and getting the love and support from friends and family, and the comments from everyone out in social media land, really all that together really did a lot to help me feel, I don't know, comforted is not the right word, maybe motivated is a better word, motivated not to spend too much time wallowing and get more time to get back to work. So I hope that all of you who are seeing this have a wonderful evening. And we did not get any comments or anything yet, so I will go ahead and close this one down tonight. We will look to do a full hour next week, God willing, and my stamina holding up. But until next time, Sam Quentin from Sonoma Publishing.